saya sekarang tahu ada Dewa.
So, hello, welcome everybody. Yeah, record. Okay, hello and welcome everybody to the Masterclass of Dewa Alit. And let me just introduce a bit. So this is part of the Microtonal Music Studios Research and Study Program, and we're really delighted to be able to bring Dewa Alit to Finland for this event, plus a week-long workshops. So today we will have this event where Dewa will explain his work and a bit about also how it relates to traditional gamelan, because he is not writing traditional gamelan. And then tomorrow and Tuesday we will have some practical workshops here in the gallery, and then Wednesday and Thursday also in the evening a bit more. And then on Friday we will have a concert at the Pikku Youth House. Together with in collaboration with Janick and the Helsinki City Youth Division. So I would like to also thank John Chantler for helping us bring Dewa Alit and the Gamelan Salukat to Scandinavia, and of course the Nordisk Kulturfond, and of course Sakuma from Gamelan Salukat, Borealis Festival of Experimentell Musik, Levande Musik and FOLK in Göteborg, and Gerleborgskolan in Gerleborg. I would like to thank Kone Foundation for supporting the Microtonal Music Studios, and of course for the event in Pikku Populahti. I would like to thank the Indonesian Embassy and Her Excellency Ratu, Silvy, Gayatri, and also special thanks to Immanuel Sinne to come to translate this and help us with the talk. Okay. So welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do we start?
Okay. Hai semuanya, nama saya Dewa Alit.
So in English, in Finnish?
English. I think English is.
So in Indonesia.
Okay.
Okay. Hi everybody.
Ya. Nama saya Dewa Alit. Saya lahir di keluarga tradisi gamelan, pemain gamelan.
Yeah. My name is Dewa Alit. I'm come from the family that have the background of about music in family.
Ya, saya desa saya namanya Pengosekan Ubud di Bali, Indonesia.
I'm come from the beautiful village Pengosekan Ubud, Bali, about 24 kilometers from Denpasar.
Ya, semua keluarga saya adalah pemain gamelan dan saya lahir dan berkembang di grup gamelan yang dimiliki oleh bapak saya.
So I'm the second generation from my family. So whole family is play gamelan, and I'm the second generation who like explore the more gamelan in the contemporary.
Sejak umur 17 tahun saya sudah senang mengarang musik untuk gamelan, baik yang tradisional maupun yang baru.
Yeah. Since I was 17, I already start writing a song, writing what kind of the gamelan I want. So from 17 years old.
Pada tahun 1998 saya bersama keluarga saya, kakak saya, itu saya membuat grup namanya Gamelan Salukat.
Yeah, it's 1988. I start with my brother. We start with the gamelan. The name is
Sudamani
Gamelan Group.
Dan kami bermain gamelan yang bersifat tradisional dan juga yang bersifat baru.
So we play both about the traditional gamelan, and then we also create the new, like the modern gamelan or contemporary.
Ya, juga kami pentas-pentas di untuk kehidupan masyarakat Bali tradisi seperti di pura-pura, dan juga untuk turis-turis, dan juga untuk pertunjukan.
So usually we have a performance in the temple, in the tourist occasion, and also in other occasion with this group.
Ya, gamelan yang kami pakai adalah gamelan yang sekarang sudah sangat menjadi biasa atau tradisional.
Now we play this is ordinary gamelan.
Ya, dan dalam konteks komposisi saya masih merasa kekurangan dalam perkembangannya.
Yeah, if I want to compare about the competition, I feel that I don't want to compete with somebody. I want to create my own music.
Dan pada tahun 2007 saya mulai membuat gamelan yang sejenis gamelan baru.
Yeah, in the 2007, I have something. Okay, this is my music. This is my style. I start with the Gamelan Salukat.
Yeah. Kemudian saya membuat Gamelan Salukat.
Yeah, that's I create Gamelan Salukat. It is new creation. That's my own. I don't want to compete comparison with others, but this is my own style to expose my music.
Kemudian saya memulai buat karya-karya baru untuk gamelan saya yang baru. Pertama-tama saya mengumpulkan pemain-pemain gamelan yang tertarik main untuk gamelan yang baru.
Yeah, I was starting and to collect people who like in the same vision, especially young people, anak-anak muda. To okay, come with me, and we can create together. I have something new about this gamelan.
Ya, gamelan itu saya juga namakan Gamelan Salukat.
Ya, that is the group name is Salukat.
Ya, ya. Dan perkembangan sekarang kami di Bali jarang sekali pentas-pentas.
Ya, at the moment we don't have many times to performance in many places.
Ya, tapi kami latihan lebih banyak dan kami membuat rekaman.
Ya, but we do more like practicing, and then we have more album.
Dan juga karena dari segi pelarasan atau tuning sistemnya itu baru untuk kami di Bali.
Untuk yang Salukat
ya.
Yeah, and we have like same special.
Because this is something new in Bali about the contemporary music using the Balinese gamelan instrument. So it's just like for them it's still like it's very new. So they have to learn how to record, how to tunes, and so that's the way they need somebody who's really professional from other country. So he like to connect with other musicians from other country also.
My colleague Wayan will help with technical things. Thank you, Wayan.
Itu kemudian karena arasnya baru itu ada cara-cara lain yang harus dilakukan untuk bisa menghafalnya musiknya.
Yeah, because it is really new thing. So many people that is usually involved in the group Salukat, they have to know it's like a precision detail, how to know and how to know about where is the music is going on, and then to feel it, and then afterward, okay, this is the group we would like to create, and then to practice it.
Ya, jadi itu memerlukan proses yang lebih panjang.
Yeah, we need a long process.
Daripada gamelan-gamelan yang tradisional yang biasa.
Yeah, comparing with the ordinary gamelan.
Ya, mungkin sekarang saya akan mainkan dulu ke YouTube likatnya.
So now I would like to show you from the YouTube. This is from Salukat gamelan. But just a moment. Salukat artinya because important.
Maybe later.
Oh, yeah.
you can see. Ya, inilah salah satu contohnya bagaimana kami pada waktu latihan di rumah saya sendiri, di studio saya sendiri.
Yeah, this is one example. We practicing in my home. So young people there.
Ya, sekarang saya akan mulai menjelaskan sedikit tentang proses bagaimana saya membuat komposisi musiknya.
And now I would like to inform more about the process how to make this gamelan music.
Pertama-tama biasanya kebanyakan komposer di Bali,
usually many composer in Bali,
yang membuat karya untuk gamelan.
they usually make the music of gamelan.
Mereka hanya tulis pokok-pokok atau nada-nada yang berhubungan dengan melodi saja.
Usually they start with just like a ordinary like melody.
The basic melody.
Tapi kalau saya harus tulis dengan detail semuanya, karena nada-nadanya belum kami bisa lafalkan, bisa ucapkan.
So he's read more than usually. When he's composed traditional music, it's really different. So he's just using the basic melody. Now he have to write more because many young musician doesn't understand. So he had to write the notes also.
Yeah. Can I speak English a little bit? So,
yes.
I just try to explain that the note of the gamelan, it can't be pronounced yet. So the way Balinese musician, how they memorize the music, like all the by memorize, without read the score, for example. But we sing it the note when they play ding dong dang dung dang, that for example, dang dung dang dong ding dang dung dang ding dong ding dang dung. That's how they memorize. And traditionally they heard that just before they born, the structure, the form, and that's why they can understand very quick. They can predict the part. For example, like because the instrument play on pair, so one musician play polos on beat, for example, another musician play sangse off beat. So if I play sangse, I just know the polos. So and if someone people didn't know the sangse because they know how it work, because it's same system. But in my music, it's like you saw there is sometimes it just cross. So they go different way. Sometimes independent melody. So I have to write down all of the part. This is I would say it's a kind of a very new thing happen in Bali because the music I write down, but the musician they memorize it with the sound we don't recognize before, like ding dong dang dong dang. So that's why it's more of my group played by young musician because they just open. So like in my generation, or its generation, it's very hard. Just I was like ding dong dang west down, you know. That's how I broke it with my head, you know.
Yeah, because they are very strict to the traditional way of playing. So they are sometimes they are old people like our over 50. They say no way to do this. But then now they are like little by little accept the new way of written the notes.
Yeah. So that's also one of the idea why I made a new instrument, just because being composer, as a composer, I wanna like it's jam away for that kind of thing. I don't want to use the language anymore. For example, like the scale, or we call it sai in Bali, or in Indonesia they call it, in Java they call it patat. So we have like sai tembung, sai Sundaren, a slender scale or a pelog scale, but I don't want to use that thing anymore. So I just want like, okay, let's do a new language for our era like that, and yeah, we just happened like what you saw on the video, and that influenced I think my challenge to compose a piece for this gamelan, and you know, I was work a lot for gamelan, traditional gamelan, and I do same way with a normal composer. Think about melody for, and then go to the group and then teach them. See, I don't write down even. And while I teach, while they learn my piece, I already like what's next in my head, you know. So I have to memorize too. But here I can't. So I have to write down first, make a concept, and I made like I will call it a formula, like formula, shape, form. Yeah. So and then I choose sometimes like what a focus for. Like for this kind of piece, I just focus. I call it ukuran, or like size or meter. So it show the bass instrument, the low note. So that kind of very new for Balinese meter. And then when I write down with my original notation, and I have to make another notation just for the musician that they can play it. Like for example, in Bali they can notate like play like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. It's hard for them to play like that, and I have to just dun 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 dun. So I have to do that way. Yeah. So even the chord kan so I have to find it that way. That is how I compose. So I think also that's why this piece, this music look different with other gamelan in Bali, because the process is different, the destination is different, and also the material is different. So
also the name is like new. It's like a common name, modern name. Like this one is likan. So
yeah, likan is mean you being on the hard situation, because this piece I composed when the COVID-19 just started in Bali, so everything is hard.
Because in traditional we have really basic name, like it's already exactly this name, so it's like.
Yeah. So I would like to show the just on Instagram the short. Yeah. Yeah. So here I using like I don't think with scale here. I just using the I call it like horizon this way, because my gamelan is consists of two different scale in the one ensemble. That's the idea. So you can play like this way, and also you can make a lot of mood there. So put this for example. So yeah, so another one will be just the yeah. So now on this instrument they play. I use like vertical and horizontal. If you see they play like this way, yeah, so this like yeah. So that's how they different than normal gamelan in Bali. Yeah, and you can do much more than that. Much more, yeah. Yeah, like harmony, yeah. Example, yeah. Yeah, and I would like to show the
Score.
the score. Yeah. Yeah. So this is my score. This is the piece called Likat, which means it being a hard time, and if you see CN, this means Janick mean the high skill, and GD, the Gede mean the lower scale. Yeah, and then Gangso is a family of all like kolek pemade and calung that episode on YouTube that the first row that kolek Gangso. Yeah, and then calung that's the middle instrument that play melody, and then jagok is the low one. Yeah, and rayong is the small gong like kettle that just play before. Yeah. Okay, so that's like in 13 beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, and yeah. So this is the beginning. Play with kantilan, the higher instrument, and pomade, the middle octave instrument. So like, for example, like so that played by P mean polos, and S mean sangse. So the unfair, like, yeah, so like, yeah, this is mean soft, and then ngerasan is mean getting loud, and keras is mean loud. Do you mind if I play the all recording with the score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can follow the score.
Yeah. Even from YouTube or from the recording? From YouTube? No, from the recording.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. We can show the score there.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, this first one.
Do you have to change the page?
I think. in Bali. So probably now we have discussion, this discussion and
yeah. Does somebody have questions? I have a few questions.
Yeah. Sure.
So there's seven tone scale in the
yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, how did you come to this scale? How did you have this idea of putting two scales together and making a new, like how did you discover it? Not like I understand the motivation. You wanted to reject the old, but how did you actually discover this new scale? What made you decide to use these notes?
Okay, yeah. In 2014, I got commission by Frankfurt, Ensemble Modern Frankfurt, and just I went there and they showed me a lot of instrument how to play, and they just again scale because I didn't used to with sorry Western instrument. And then after that I back to Bali and start composing, and I just I have a keyboard in my house. I choose I want to just play 3 in 12 for example, and 4 in 12. I play all till I find a 7 in 12 like that. And after I finish the piece and just 2 scale, I just love it. And it's so far from kind of Bali's scale, and just I said, okay, I want to use this kind of scale. And when I meet the tune Gamelan Salukat, so I'm trying to meet this scale what you hear now, and I bring my keyboard to the Pandi who meet gamelan, and then I work together. I just tell them, okay, this is a bit higher, and this lower, and make imbang isap. So that we still are using Balinese kind of material, how they work the scale, but also using kind of Western scale. So also my idea is I just want to the skill that we use is more universal contact. It's not just from gamelan contact, but also in my idea if someone from another world hear it, at least they already can imagine that is at some point too.
Okay.
Somebody have question?
I'm sure somebody has questions.
Yeah.
You're blown away. No? Ask.
Yeah, please.
Ask away. I mean, I'm also very curious about the sort of group work, how the sort of collective music, because it's not this kind of as you said, in the traditional there is a melody, but when you're playing here there is not there's no single person, there's no soloist, and I'm fascinated by this. How does it work that this group, because obviously for example in this part, right?
Yeah.
So you have these fast parts,
yeah,
and this on off, it's very fast and very hard. So I mean, I guess you must practice a lot with your musicians and really work with it. How do you feel about can the musicians contribute to the music? Do they also work with you with some ideas, and do some musicians sometimes have some kind of rhythm or?
This is all by I compose it and then I take them. But on the other hand, some of them is now become composer, and they have their own idea. So sometimes they compose for this gamelan too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they just play what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is also changing their imagination of what gamelan can be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So they
like I said, it is. I don't know, probably. Open the door, this is a new language, so this is in my perception, like this. Maybe the other day someone gonna be, improve it, developing it, become gamelan for example. But it's still natural. Natural, like a human being, what we want to serve about our music.
Maybe if somebody know about the Balinese gamelan, what is the traditional Balinese gamelan, so it's compared to his work. So maybe you have some idea how is the different.
Yeah, because it's very different.
Really different.
Really different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe if you want to show some part of the traditional Balinese Then next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's really different
I
because
mean-
it's total new
Hmm.
for Balinese.
Completely new. I mean, I'm also interested in the sort of timbre of the instruments. Sula was talking about this metallophone, and like, is it? Do you think they're related, the scales and the timbre and the way you compose the sound, the quality of the metal? Do you think you could maybe experiment also with other metals, or? For example, you said that there's some aluminium instruments in the U.S.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you be interested in something like that? Maybe trying to figure out some kind of different alloy that sounds different, or like adding.
It's someone actually tried that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Name is Baron Bambus. He is like American componist.
Hmm.
He's Gamelan in Bali. He's trying to make some instrument from aluminum and then some from bronze. Yeah, it's quite interesting. But for myself, I like more focus to the music itself. Yeah, so I just gamelan I like to tune it just because of my idea of composition develop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want focus to that, like a rhythm, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to also hear more about the rhythms. I want to hear more about everything, but because, yeah, I mean, it starts in 13 and it goes to 5, and are these somehow important to you, or like?
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Very important. You know, like I was born in music, which is like all music I critique. I mean, in gamelan, like I have been play ugal player, like conductor, but where we play with conduct, I conduct like this. It's a lot of like we call it slah or timing, you know, and because I know where the melody going. It's just all about melody, and that you make yourself like it's very nice melody, and you make it more nice and more beautiful melody like that. But on here on this music, it's all by, you know, like you have to really know where are you. It's like exact. So not about you can't predict what gonna be going on next. Like, yeah. So and it's just more challenge to the, you know, to the composer.
You also have really difficult rhythm changes.
Yeah.
Like tempo changes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's a tempo change that appears out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the musicians are able to.
Yeah. So that is the
yeah.
And to me that is why it's new. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you can explain about what does it mean salukat?
Yes.
Yeah. Salukat come from two basic words, which is salu and kat. Salu is mean house, and kat is mean the circle reborn. So like together in the house, you know, to make new creativity, to make new music based on tradition, like reborn again, you know, like circle. Because if we talk about gamelan, gamelan also mean a community. So most people in Bali stay in one place. So land is very important here, and of course the house is really important. That's why we can go together and making music, because we stay together.
Yeah.
Because that's what we call banjar.
Yeah.
The community. So as we have each other, we make everything together. Because in Bali, we live with the ceremony. Every day almost ceremony because of Hindu Balinese culture. So gamelan is very important part of our life.
But it's also, it's interesting that it's part of everybody's life, but everybody has a slightly different way of playing gamelan, no? Like with the tuning systems. I guess I don't know if the melodies are the same, but if there's a bit of difference, like I remember Diemo asking that if you probably recognize when you hear recording or something from where it's from. You know?
It is, but this is just like dialect, you know. For us, it's not big different.
Okay.
Look at same, it's just different dialect. So this is normal because we don't have like a standard number.
Yeah.
Like Cotonou, like 120. So exactly. Not like that. I just went there because maybe Western composer want to read my score, so at least they can, you know.
Like it's a bit not village. It's a community. It's just 2 kilometers from my community. So we have total different dialects. So it's just by one route. So and then also the way we playing also different.
Yeah.
So there's.
Could you also today I was actually measuring all the instruments today. but I noticed that like the octaves, there's no octaves. So none of the notes are exactly the same.
Yeah, it is.
And why is this?
Because we use ear when it's tuned. It's not using tool but ear. So depend on also the gamelan maker. They have their own style. One style call it nirus, which is mean the low octave, the high octave is just suddenly higher.
Yes.
And another one call it bug. It's just slowly like more equal.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then by ear, and also when they make a sample of sound, we call it patuding. So like sample the sound. I want like this kind of gamelan, the tuning system. I just sample it with the bamboo, patuding, pum, and then again make a tin with nap, and then have like a 5 ding dong da, for example, and that means you gamelan with that. And of course, it's exact. Not you can't be exact because from bamboo and you hear. Yeah. And for us, it's no big deal, or we don't hear it different, you know. And also, if my group play to other village, we just use gamelan from other village because you get used to. But actually, this is different. If you see, it is different tuning actually. It's sometimes we get laugh. You know, because it's just like different dialect. Yeah, but that's not big deal for us.
Okay. No, but because it creates a very special kind of sound.
Yeah.
When you have this vibration that's close, it starts to undulate and make this kind of phasing, which is it gives it a special kind of character to this.
Yeah, the very fast chromatic sequences when people are playing in unison, they are really like. They sound strange to me, in a very good way.
Yes.
Yeah, I can understand because many Western people, like when first time to listen Balinese music, they feel really strange. And they also like very strange for them when they see the performance Balinese gamelan, because the people just sometimes also fall in sleep when they playing. So yes. So very relaxed.
I was quite near.
Any questions? Can I ask you, if nobody else, you have a question? No. I would like to know the title of your album, Chasing the Phantom. What does it? Why? What does it mean?
Chasing the Phantom is actually the main of it. The title of my piece, Ngejuk Memedi, the first track. Ngejuk Memedi is mean chasing the phantom in English. That was when I retune my gamelan and I start compose a piece. It's just to me like what I'm gonna do, you know. And when I went out, and a lot of things, I believe that a lot of second thing inside the tuning system. So I'm trying to explore more of the tuning system with that piece.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's I call it chasing the phantom. The phantom is like inside of the music, the tuning system.
Yeah, okay. That's good. I wonder if there's no questions, I wonder if you would like to show something of the instruments. Maybe? Yes.
This is like
Music to puppets.
during they call it slendro in Bali, and like music di panggung. So sebelas tiba le oktav. Yeah, so the way it plays like this way. So that is kind of the technique of the play and then it is. Yeah. Yeah, this kind of be just during I think it's really something changing, especially on these notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something at least 1 year you have to retune it to get more.
Can I ask on which material are like so there's bamboo cones and then like what is on the overbed like where the material bed part when you touch it right now?
Yeah,
This bamboo.
In metal?
This bamboo.
this bronze.
Bamboo and metal.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
metal.
Bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
So it's the sound is come because to the whole this. So
Yeah.
Is it like it's pretty dense, so it probably has pretty low sustain, I guess. Like the sound is very long
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
compared to like aluminium, for example, which is
I think gonna be shorter. So
yeah.
This is different tuning. It's come from Gamelan orchestra. It's famous in Bali. I mean, everywhere you can find kind of this instrument.
Yeah.
It's part of Gamelan so it's 5 tune. This is quite good, but that's a little bit weird. So this one is for technique. Uses this bed is for tantan, hold, stop. When you go to the next note, you hit on this and at the same time. So this is meant to be like
It must be high.
yeah. So
It's
this
not
is
been long time not used it, so it's like in the storage.
yeah. This is called kantilan, the higher one, and this like small gong called kentong. So this man should play with the gong. So, gong is the finale. Gong, gong, put, tong, put, gong. So put is the medium gong. So and this is called kendang, drum. So this is the I think for us in Bali the hard technique in the gamelan because this kendang traditionally the lead the group like get the louder, softer, like dynamic, and the tempo is lead by kendang.
female and male kenang.
Yeah. Yeah. In pair, so we have two kenang usually, male kenang and female kenang. So lanang and wadon they call it. It's similar to the gong, lanang and wadon. Also the gang so polos and sangsi. So in pair, that's why you can't play with shalap. You have to play with your partner. Yeah. Yeah. So this one, actually this is very ancient instrument in Bali. Call it gentora. The word comes from genta. Genta, I think it's Sanskrit word, which is yeah, which mean sound. So if you go to Bali, you see in the temple when they have ceremonial, this is gonna be this genta, you call it clarinet, and you do mudra. But one is bigger. But here is not. Yeah. So usually this play with the big gong, on the playground gamelan style or barong style is older than this gamelan. So the kind of different type of gamelan in Bali.
It's not used so much. This
Yeah.
in the gamelan orchestra, there's not so much used. In special.
Yeah.
Can you say something about you, at least in the ensemble that I saw, you were using some special techniques. I saw that you were scraping the gong also and using bows and stuff like this. I mean, I understand why, it sounds great. But I was curious how you came to that, like, is it just the sound that you were experimenting? Do you experiment a lot with the instruments? Or?
Yes, also, yeah, for the gamelan, yeah. Just trying to get another effect of sound. Yeah, and of course, like it's come from my composition also. Yeah. I did like that kind of sound. Like 7 years ago, I got a commission to write gamelan for piece for gamelan, which is they have a thema like they call it cyclus in Bali, which is using by activity by farm, and like this day good for this one, and the next day good for that one, like a cycle, you know, like from the water monsoon and how to say the forest and go to the ocean like that and back again. How they make like water. So the farmer using that kind of calendar in Bali. So that is why I did like more sound effect for my composition, like how the feeling like ocean, how the feeling like a sound part in the forest, how the feeling like see the raining, for example, like that. That's how I make a sound effect.
Is that something you also notate, or this is just?
Yes, I notated.
Okay.
Yeah, just to get the idea how to, because like I said, most of composers this is with the basic melody, but kind of music like that, how we write it, like. So I just try to like that because all of them must be accounting, like it's not just come from one person, but many and sound person.
I was telling you, I really like this this breathing together. When you start the performance, everybody breathes at the same time in the same pace. And this is really it makes so much sense in an ensemble without the conductor. That you can look at anybody and everybody is doing the same rhythm. So if you kind of get lost in your own brain, you can be like, oh yeah, immediately you see the right rhythm. And this seemed to make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, that was my piece called genetic, which is the idea of tempo is come from the breathing of the musician. So that's the idea, and I want to explore more about ngumbang isap, the sound, like for example, like. Listen.
I think you know it's better.
but I tune my gamelan is become full kind of like this, like the run. Yeah, this is normal, but mine is like it's very fast and just slow and very slow. So you can compare like, let's say A, B, C, and D. Like A and D gonna be like complex. B and C, they can be balanced. So that I explore more about that kind of thing on my piece. That's why it needs space. Like, it's long and then move. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, you have some quite elaborate compositional ideas and concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, for example, this undulate, the two sounds together, and also the nature. Like, what type of other concepts do you use? Like, what is the origin? Like, what is the sort of origin of your compositional idea? Like, if you, like, do you go for walks or something, or like, you hear some sound that you think, this is related to this, and this is how, or something like.
Yeah, really depend on context. Yeah, like when I compose music close, that because I get commission and then they can music can be played with architecture who using Balinese Falmo system. So they're gonna use like the circle of Balinese calendar. So that's how I imagine about cyclus. But for this kind of piece like genetic, this is up to my critique to Balinese composer, because in Bali, like this gamelan, everywhere you can find that and performance, and now every year they big competition, and not about music anymore. It's like football. People go there and sometimes throw the bottle, to the state. So the state want the best, It's more about political thing. And the composer the music is good. It's like, for me, it's one direction. It's not more about show up. Even myself, I've been there to play, and I feel like, the best one, and I have been composed also for that kind of competition. It lot of pressure, because my piece had to be the best. So I just stop because that's why I make my new group, just because more about individual idea. And at the time, I just in 2011 I went to that kind of competition, and I saw it's still the same like when I was young, when I played there, and it's just no space, just too much. That's called it. And okay, so now I will tell them like, let's just come back to the basic of idea, which is sound. So and when I recognize on the gamelan, that's why I just how to say, go from the way from punch slow, and it's just like I call it genetic from your blood first, how the human being come to the world. So yeah, so in that develop from that kind of idea.
Okay.
So pretty depend on contact.
Okay. And every composition has a different idea, right?
Yes, it is my focus. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to say something else about the other pieces? Like, what was the idea behind some other piece?
There's one of my piece called it Land Stalking. That was I was put in my field, just very touristic place. And let's say 40 years ago I was young. It's not rice field. We can drink water everywhere. We play on the rice field and then drink water. Just spring water everywhere. And now just like restaurant, or big hotel. Even when we rehearsal, tourists can complain, please stop. Please ask me to stop because the stop the tourists, And I just say, okay, we can't stop rehearsal because we born here, we just need place for practice. But if you pay us, we're gonna stop because you make money there, we not, So kind of like that now, and that just my critique, probably if we Balinese or the world understand about the land, you know, because our culture is land is much important in Bali. How to keep play gamelan, because you have to have a house to stay to, in the one place to keep play gamelan, because community is very important in the gamelan. That if you can hear, maybe the land is talk already. So that's, you know, that kind of idea. So start to experiment with sound gamelan, you know, play on Portugal. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. So this kind of stopping and starting, everyone is.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
I'm really curious about what you said about the combination of tones that you want to explore.
Ombak isep, yeah.
Ombak.
Ombak.
Remind me a little bit to these binaural beats that many people listen, that happens in the brain when you listen one frequency and another close frequency, like maybe 4 Hz or 3 Hz. I can understand how that happens with different instruments, but in the gongs, I don't understand how, maybe this is a more technical question, how it's possible for one single instrument to create these waves.
One single instrument.
When it's just one gong.
Yeah, I think possible just for like my setup. I will say the sound is like quite dry. Is that because the way we born, you know, like we heard the gamelan in Bali. We think about, we call it angkapan. It's just like we think about how it gamelan all sound play together, and that, you know, I can feel like something wrong, you know, like for example, like this kind of two instrument is same. It's just like, oh, there's something that's not enough there, you know, and that's how important is it. And one of my instrument, like the bass instrument, that actually only once ombak. I still feel always like not enough.
So ombak is mean wave.
Yeah. So that happened in my instrument because it took basically in one place. Yeah. So I feel not enough. Even the gong. So we really have to try using, like, you know, we always not enough still. Probably using tool that may be more awkward. Yeah. But I don't know why just it's using here is much better. Yeah.
Did you mean like one gong, it's overtones that are slightly? I would guess that it's like kind of like overtones that are slightly equal to each other. That creates this kind of.
Jadi satu instrumen itu kenapa bisa datang banyak sound sebenarnya gitu. Dia kan bisa dua ombak kan. Banyak ombak itu yang dia jadi. Mungkin masih melekat itu.
Sorry, maybe I got your question. You got my answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seperti ini kalau dipukulkan katanya ombak-ombak ini. Some question more?
I'd be interested in the score and also how you integrated that into your practices. And if I understood right, traditionally there's no score and it's all kind of by heart.
Yeah.
And you are like what I don't see also. I forgot my glasses on, so for me I see some signs, but I don't recognize much from what is there. This is the one you provide the musicians, so it's kind of the musician read.
No,
not this one. Okay, so anyway you sing it to them.
Yeah.
This is more like for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. when I tip down like just for my gamelan I use number like this 1, 2 and I make hand clap 1, 2, 3. That's they follow it 1, 2 and then they get the sound from the gamelan and that they memorize. Yeah, so the process is I call like 2 of them and press their part, and the next day call 2 more drum and press their part, and then when they got their part and then press together. That's the process. So nobody read my score.
Yeah.
They sometimes read on their phone what I say. Yeah.
And you said before that traditionally the instruments are made so that there's like thought as a downbeat and upbeat. And is this also, are you still relying on that so that the musicians also can kind of integrate the tradition and do something different? Like is this, I do not see. So this there is very clear, but just like I have the impression from looking at the score that you have some numbering that I assume are the downbeats, and then there's empty space in between where sometimes I see other sounds, and that's I assume the upbeat. Is that correct? My interpretation of the score or not?
Sorry, I don't get you can say that.
I'll come close because maybe it clarifies. Okay, because I see here, for example, there's these numbers.
Yeah.
And then there's space in between.
Okay.
So is this supposed to be like, is this kind of a downbeat and then the space is the upbeat? Or how is it that you imagine the score? If
for example, like can you read this?
Yeah.
This one. So it just read down.
Yeah.
Pa. So the dot is
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so thank you very much.
Actually, you can say this one like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a hard this position. That's
So you kind of count in two in a way. You
multiple count.
Yeah.
I can't say like for me it's multiple count.
Okay.
Probably I forget the original idea. So this is just I mean also that how the musician can be easier to them to understand. That the way I easier to understand the music. When you follow me when I teach them like
For me it's kind of like I don't know how to count regular music or Western music, let's say, but to me it helps kind of to think about it just as a pulse.
Yes.
You don't count any numbers, you just have like this pulse.
That's true because of the more the sound the instrument.
Yeah.
And traditionally, like again so with melody is not clear.
I'm kind of curious about the tuning you are using, like the system. You said you wanted to combine like the Western scale and kind of the traditional gamelan scales. Like I understood that in gamelan traditionally there is like a different scale for different occasions. So basically, when you have a certain ceremony, you can use a certain scale.
No, this is the type of gamelan scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the type of gamelan usually depend on the function of the step forward for ceremonial, for example.
Yeah.
Like they can gamelan compare. They can play everywhere for ceremonial.
Okay.
Yeah. But their gamelan like this gamelan gambang or the gamelan Bali, so they only play for God in the temple.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're different tuning.
Yeah. So you have basically, have you like combined two scales or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Combined two transcript in one.
Okay.
In summer. Yeah. Just so to make a more mood or scale, you can go this way or you can go that way. So depend on what the composer want. Also, that means there more flexibility for the composition.
Yeah.
Because now when we this, how you connect to other one, that make more challenge. And for the musician.
score. By the way, is this written in Excel?
Yeah.
I wonder between, what is happening between an idea, a musical idea in your head, and the Excel sheet. Do you write it down right away, or do you note on paper in between, or do you just play and write it later? Or how does it happen? From an idea to the score.
Yeah. Wow. I love that question. Because apa timbal balik? What's timbal balik?
Feedback.
Yeah, feedback. So my idea and the visual, the feedback. It's something that my idea can extend because of the visual of the score. It's something the score give me idea, and my idea the score. So this is my actually. If we talk about new music for gamelan, this is the key. So before this composer didn't use the tail score, and the music just the same. So when I starting, write down, I can see the form, I can see the shape. And now young composer, they also do the same way. The same composer score. It's a lot new music coming because they can see the visual thing to make it something different. It's not just from memorize, already, but it's something come from maybe from the visual score, the feedback. Yeah.
And does it happen that there are accidents? That Excel, you copy something and Excel doesn't get it right, and suddenly there's something you didn't intend, and you see.
That's one of that. Yeah. Also sometimes, we write down it here and there. It's a lot of things happening. Sometimes with the hand also.
Okay.
Yeah, just here, make it clear.
Yeah, and if you see this, you hear the music in your head. If you see the score like this.
No. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't used to. Yeah, this is something for me there.
Something new. Maybe somebody would like to try.
Can I ask a still question? One more question.
Yes.
You told me we were talking earlier, and there was this discussion about painting. I'm curious how your paintings and your music is related to each other.
It's, how do you say it? Yeah, maybe there's some, maybe no. Yeah, because my process become painter is I learned from my father. My father was he paint is porcelain. That because can't make money from the music. So I just learned by him, and I do same way. I play gamelan and sell my painting for the tourists. And now I have more time. I mean, because I have to opportunity to teach gamelan overseas, and sometimes I paint for myself. It's not for sale anymore. Yeah. So I think now they are probably more relationship with my composition.
Yeah.
Like in genetic, for example, I paint it. Yeah, to make a shape, the direction of sound like this.
Yes.
It come from my.
Okay.
Because most of the people in Bali, they are artists, not only musician. There's also dancer, painter, and.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But it's just that something like, for example, I didn't know you were a painter also. So when I heard it, I found it very interesting also because we're in an art gallery.
Yeah.
How interesting, because I think a lot about the connection between painting and music, and how music affects art and so forth. So I was really kind of curious. I started to really think
what
about
we
this.
use in Bali, because we are multi-talented people. There, so like we are painter. Like I'm also painter and dancer. And we are collaborate a lot together.
Like the paintings you have in the background of your video, they're not figurative. They are very abstract, and colors and splash and this kind of thing.
Yeah, actually that is like painting, because one of my piece called it salju, which means snow. It first time I saw snow when I was in Vancouver, Canada. I just like wow, and I back to Bali and composing a piece, and then on the performance I just asked my friend to prepare the camera like this, and when my music play, salju, and I just I express.
Okay.
That's why I just put on my wall.
Yeah, that's super cool. I noticed it from the first time I saw the video. I was like, I wonder what is this? Yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Somebody want to try maybe this?
Maybe somebody wants to try.
Come.
Yeah.
Don't be agitated. Maybe you can try. Yeah. Please try.
It's new one. First, it's very strange to have the hand for.
So it's the like a
Joo, kello 5.
Ei se vaan. Soittaa varmaan vasta 6-7. Joo, ei se mitään. Meillä on vaan rentumeninkin.
Joo, kiva niin.
Joo, ei mitään semmoinen tietty pitää olla.
Joo, kun mun pitää olla oppilaiden näyttelyavajaisissa.
Joo, ei.
Joo,
se on semmoinen rentumenin. Se voi olla suurlähettiläs avaa uutta.
Joo, se myöstyy kun
I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks to Dewa. Janick, I just want to say thanks to everybody. And because we're still filming, we're still live streaming. So this is everything you say is live to the internet. So don't say secrets. And yeah, thanks for everybody to come. And it's been really fantastic. Thanks to Dewa.
So welcome to Pikkuopalahti Youth House on Friday.
5 p.m.
Yes. This will be relaxed, so it's not actually tram, but you have to change in Pikku or in Meilahde to the small bus because the tram is not
Oh, really?
until the